Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. With only 10 days left of sale-a-bration, I'd like to show you another starter kit special. And then I'd like to show you what to do with that starter kit and something you can create with it right away, right out of the box. Okay, the starter kit special I'm going to show you is the Big Shot. So this machine alone would be $110, but with our starter kit special, you can get $175 worth of products for only $99 and free shipping. So this is the best time, in my opinion, to ever buy a Big Shot because you get it as part of the starter kit for less than its retail value. And it comes with a warranty, and it comes with really cool cutting plates that are a little better than other brands, etc. So let's just show you that. Okay, this is mine. It's, it's had some wear, of course. It says, let me turn it to the side, Stampin' Up Big Shot. Okay. It's good to label it in case you get together with friends and craft and everyone knows which Big Shot is yours. It has a handle to crank, and it has a giant steel plate in there. So it's really heavy, and if you run something through it, it cuts out the metal dies. Okay, it comes with a Big Shot platform like this for embossing, like for putting embossing folders in there. And it comes with a thin die adapter so that if you use thin dies, like the ones I'm going to show you that will come in your starter kit, then you would be able to put those in there using this adapter. And it comes with 2 cutting plates. Mine, of course, are worn out. They're going to come up perfect when you first get them. I just label them top and bottom because I let craft club kids use this Big Shot, and I just want them to know which one's the top and which one's the bottom. 5-year-olds can do this, so you can do this too. They know how to use the Big Shot really well and make a sandwich. They like the idea of sandwich. Meaning, I'll show you that in a minute, what kind of papers to put in. All right, the set I've chosen for this sample starter kit, and by the way, I've got a lot of questions about starter kits. I mean, my email, I'm practically not getting any sleep of all the questions I'm getting. But you can get whatever you want in your starter kit. That was the biggest question I get asked. Do I have to get what you show me? No, you get whatever you want. This is just an example. So the example I'm showing you is a part of a bundle. And it's part of a bundle in our occasions catalog. When you build your starter kit, you can get things out of our annual catalog or our occasions catalog. And I'm going to just show you some samples that Stampin' Up has made in the, woo, that's falling. Sorry for screaming into the camera. Okay, so here's the classic garage bundle. I'm just choosing this with Father's Day coming up. It's a nice masculine set. And the items I chose would fit in your starter kit, and it goes well with the Big Shot. So that's why I've chose it to show you today. The classic garage, or the Geared Up Garage stamp set is part of the classic garage suite. And so the way you get these two, the thin dies and the stamp set, are with a bundle. So you get 10%, you save 10% whenever you buy stamps with the coordinating thinlits. And that's how you can make your money stretch more when you're building the starter kit, is by purchasing bundles. All right, so back to this. They don't come on this magnetic sheet. I happen to use these. I get these from Amazon. And so I'll link to them, but that's how I store my dies. It comes in an envelope. I'm not sure where the envelope, here's the envelope. I do save these, but they're really hard to find. There's 14 dies in the pack. So it'd be really hard to dig them out of this plastic envelope every time. So I store them on these and I can see them. Then I outline them with a Sharpie marker, and then I know which one's missing. Like I'm using this, and then later I'm like, oh, put it back, it's missing. And I even let kids use them. And I say, did you put it back? Are the shapes filled? Like here, if you use this, it's like, did you put it back? It has to be back in the shape. So it's kind of like building a puzzle. All right, so now that's not all, because we still, even after buying the Big Shot and these stamps and these dies, that you still haven't spent your $175 yet, because I think you can find a couple more items that you like, and here are some choices. So I think what's good is this foil paper, because it goes really well with that. We have different kinds of foil paper. It comes in 4 colors. I've chosen copper as an example. Sorry for all the glare. Okay, copper foil. It comes in 2 sheets of 12 by 12 in the pack. So this foil paper is what we're going to use right now to cut out these dies with. Okay, it comes in gold, black, copper, and champagne. Champagne is nice for weddings and things like that. But that's not all. You can get a pokey tool, and it's not really a pokey tool. That's just what I call it in all my videos. But it's called Take Your Pick, and it comes in a box, and then in the box comes all this gadget of all gadgets, which you're going to love. Every crafter needs this little gadget. And even if you don't want to become a demonstrator, I mean, this is $10, so I hope you at least will be one of my customers and get this really cute gadget. So in the back here, you have, I'm going to pull it out, and we're going to be using this part. It's very sharp, and you can poke the holes when you have your dies. Okay, and then you just open it up, and there's a great little spatula that you can use for when you're getting things for your brother ScanNCut and you're trying to scrape small items. Like, it's good for lifting things, okay? So that's a little spatula. Now you also have on this side a putty tool, and you can buy more refills for the putty tool. This is for picking up rhinestones and sequins. Here, let me put it on something. I'll put it on can you see that? That's a little putty. Okay, and it's sticky putty, and you can buy extra putty when this runs out. And it's for picking up small rhinestones and sequins and buttons and things like that. And here's they give you one extra right here, one extra tip, and then in here you also get this tool, which is for scoring and making flowers. Let me just focus my camera. Okay, and I'm just going to pull this out to show you. Be careful, that one's sharp, so I'm going to point it away from me. I'm putting this in, and it just snaps right in there. So this is great for shaping flowers, for scoring paper, and there's a small end and a wide end. So that's called take your pick. So let's take your pick. Let's take this out, and let's put that over here, and let's just use this part for this demonstration I'm about to do. All right, so those of you that have been following my channel, you're probably like, what? I can't believe you have a Big Shot when you use the Brother ScanNCut all the time. Well, the Big Shot can do things the Brother ScanNCut can't do. Well, although it can emboss at the Brother ScanNCut, but just not to this extent. And it doesn't do fine details as these kinds of dies would. However, if I was just going to cut out the stamped image of the car, I probably wouldn't use this die. I would probably just use my Brother ScanNCut. But so that's why I'm saying, let's use these dies. Let's use what it's good for, the Big Shot. And we're going to use a piece of foil, copper foil paper, and we're going to make a sandwich. At this point, I'm going to tell you about my sister, what my sister told me about her trick. So you need to have some parchment paper. Whenever you're working with thin dies, this is just amazing. Well, I had to fight with that butterfly a couple weeks ago when I didn't have any wax paper or parchment paper. So here's what you do. So you put your platform down in your Big Shot, your base platform. Then you put down your thin die adapter. Then you put down your bottom plate because it's the scratched one. Then you put down your paper or copper foil in this case. And then you lay your dies face down. Okay? And let's just do a few of them. And the other thing about this that is better than the ScanNCut is not only do they cut and emboss at the same time, but they also do so many at once, saving you lots and lots of time. I could make 100 of these and just while I'm watching TV, and then I can use them for all kinds of projects. So let's just make a bunch of these at once. Keep them a little far apart, and if you have to use some washi tape, to make sure they don't run together. There you go. We're gonna, oops, I forgot to do my trick. Okay, let's put this, I'm not gonna re-record this because we're crafters and the show must go on here. You put that down first. You put your parchment paper down. You'll see why. Okay, and you put these a little bit far away from each other so they don't bend and warp. Okay, there. That's what you do. You put your parchment paper down on top of your gold or your copper foil. Then you put your top plate down, and then you crank. Let me reach that. Okay, I'm cranking. It's a little. It came back at me a little bit with the spring because of that. That parchment paper makes it a little bit tight, but that's a good thing because that's what you want. Is you want it to be tight. Now watch how easy. Let's move this out of the way. Watch how easy it is to get these off. It's just amazing because my dies are already clean and it's like, I think they're all just off already. I don't even need to use, sometimes I need to use the pokey tool. Oh yeah, I still will because I'm gonna get these. Let's move the dies to the side and show you. I gotta show you this. See, that paper made the dies pop right off. And then look at the embossing that it did at the same time it did the cutting. Okay, so I like when the dies pop right out. And now I'm going to use my pokey tool to get rid of all the little bits. And you could also use a die brush, but I found that a die brush, unless you use it on the back, like sometimes it scratches my things and sometimes it's a real pain to work with. I just like poking them out. And also I do a lot of cutting, and then later when I'm watching TV I do a lot of poking and fixing. So it's just kind of, whenever you're crafting, my advice is to make an assembly line. And just do everything at once. So this is how you could put your starter kit to use right away. This is not all that comes in your starter kit. You get business supplies as well, which I'll show you in just a minute. because I'm having so much fun popping these out. I didn't have as much fun with the butterflies because they were all stuck in my die. And when they're only stuck inside the paper, it's really easy. But when they're stuck inside your die, because I forgot to use the parchment paper, then it gets to be harder. So look at that. These other pieces don't, well, yeah, some of them do come out. You can tell which ones come out by looking at the bottom. But I'm going to put this on a black foil, the black foil, to show you how awesome this foiled paper is by Stampin' Up. And imagine all the projects you can do with this. I'm reaching, okay? Here, look at the contrast. And let's lay it all the way down because there's such a glare in my house here with all the extra lights. There we go. So how beautiful are those thinlits? Okay. And of course, I'm going to show you the ones I did earlier. Let's zoom back out. Maybe I'll put these just on this white part just so it gives it a little better color. Now I'm going to show you the contrast, the gold foil that I've done earlier. See, so there's the gold foil. But I think the copper and the gold together, and even doing some in black, will make really nice like little mini pizza box decorations. Like if you glue them all over the mini pizza box, make it kind of vintage and everything else. So here's just this is how they look. They all have the little bit of embossing on them, and they cut out so easily. And so I would have just got this set just for that alone, like that die alone, is what made me want to get this set. Even though I don't always get dies because I have other machines to cut out stamped images. I love using these kinds of dies in my Big Shot. Okay, so what do you get in your starter kit? You get. So some people ask me about things. Let me see what kind of questions. I wrote them down. Okay. Do you have to get the items I showed you? No. You can get whatever you want. Okay. Can I just join up for the discount? Yes. And after so many months, if you don't make like any sales, then you would just get dropped and you can join again next year. And I'm not going to be offended if you just join for the discount. But hey, I'm here to coach you and support you. And I hope that you will be an active member of my team. But a lot of my team members just join for the discount. And that's fine. Okay, so here's the kinds of things you get in your starter kit. You get stacks and stacks of catalogs, like maybe the annual ones and whatever's out right now. Like you'll get the occasions catalogs because they're out right now. You'll get the current catalogs. Okay, and I think the other day I talked about grid paper, but I'm not sure if you get that. I'm still asking some of my new demonstrators, did you get grid paper? Because I don't remember. I think I got it in my kit, but so I just know for sure you get these things. You get envelopes and order forms, so you're ready to host a party right away at someone's house. And I do that once a month, but to tell you the truth, I don't use paper order forms because I don't want to collect any credit card information. If they were using cash, I'd use a paper order form. But if it's like credit card information, I just simply say, go to my website and order. It's just a lot easier than Stampin' Up will take care of that whole order for me, and I don't have to collect any data. Okay, you get this paper pumpkin kit, not this exact one. I'm not going to show you the inside of it. Inside a paper pumpkin kit are cards and stamping spots and stamps, and so it's enough to create a whole project. It's usually you get a card making kit, but they give you a past paper pumpkin kit to help you market paper pumpkin. All of us demonstrators in the U.S. territories, or overseas APO or FPO addresses can order paper pumpkin, and also the demonstrators in Canada can sell paper pumpkin. All the other countries in the world with Stampin' Up, they can't sell paper pumpkin, so it's just another benefit that we get to get these kits in the mail each month. All right, then you get every quarter, you get a Stampin' Success magazine, and it's really awesome because it gives you inspiration and ideas and measurements, and it's just a really, really fun thing to have with you. And like I travel with these, and I just read them, and if I'm in the line at the grocery store or something, I might pull it out of my bag and go, oh, inspiration, I want to make these later. Some of you recall the stamps that I did cut these scissors out with the Brother ScanNCut. All right, so the other question I was asked is, can you earn sale-a-bration items? Those are those free items you get for every $50 purchase. You can earn those after you become a demonstrator, but the starter kit alone is the deal. So you can't get sale-a-bration items in your starter kit because those are those free items you get when you purchase for $50, because you're already getting $76 worth of free items by getting $175 of items for $99 and free shipping. Okay, so they don't give you additional sale-a-bration items as well. Okay, well, I hope that's all. So I'll provide a link to the place where you can build your starter kit. It's a direct link, and you would have to, of course, open a new window and look up the items using the catalogs. I'll email you I can email you PDFs of these, or you can go to the website in my store. And basically to build a starter kit, hey, I opened up to my favorite stamp set. That was not planned. This is my favorite stamp set, this little piggy. To build a starter kit, you just basically have to know the numbers. So and then you build your kit. So like if you wanted this piggy set in clear, so you'd write 1, 4, 3, 9, 2, 2, sorry, it's out of focus. And you would write that down, and then you'd say $20, and then you just keep going until you get up to $175. And then you're done. You can't go 1 cent over, but you can be under. And all the things I just showed you today, for example, came out to $172.50. Because I've been using a spreadsheet to do the starter kits with. And I will put this in the description of this video. So if you want to build a starter kit, you have that I just showed you, you'll have the information you need. So if you have any more questions, please let me know. And if you email me with my contact form, please include your email address, because the contact form from Stampin' Up! Doesn't require an email address, and some people have emailed me questions and didn't put their email address, and I was not able to answer them back. All right, thank you. That's all for now. This is the Paper Chef.